Hey guys, this is Chaos Chrono. Thanks for tuning in and checking out my channel. We're back with another unboxing video. We're on to deck number 9 out of this display. We've been having a roller coaster of quality of decks in the last couple of episodes. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content. Thank you very much for those who've commented and given me feedback. Appreciate all of it. And with that being said, let's see what we got. Alright, we got a red Archon, starting with Saurians, Logos, and Untamed. Interesting set of houses. The name of the deck is Tomiko Countfire Miller. Okay, let's get this opened up and see what we got. Okay, let's put down the identity card there, and we'll put this on the stand and run through the deck. Alright, we're starting with Untamed. We have Quicksand, Amber whenever you play it. Destroy the most powerful creature controlled by each player who does not control a ready, untamed creature. Troop Call, Amber whenever you play it, enhanced with a draw pip. Return each friendly Niffle creature from your discard pile from play to your hand. Fortunately, we already know we don't have the Nifflecong in this deck, otherwise this could work well along with the Niffle Apes, depending on how many there are. Niffle Grounds, Amber whenever you play it, it's an artifact. Action, choose a creature. For the remainder of the turn, that creature loses Taunt and Elusive. Occasionally useful to try to get to one of those hard to reach creatures. Commune, it's an Omega, which means after you play you end your turn. You lose all your Amber and gain 4 Amber. It's a very nice first turn card, or whenever you're really low on Amber and just want to run up 4 Amber. Bumblebird. It's a 1-power creature with Alpha. When you play it, put 2 1-power counters on each other friendly untamed creature. Honestly, it hasn't really hit off all that frequently for me, and on our last podcast, the team and I discussed how Bumblebird is one of those cards where we don't want to see anywhere but on a playmat. Song of the Wild. It's an action. For the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature gains Reap, gain 1 Amber. Still a little short on bodies right now. Resurgence. It's an action and enhances 1 draw icon in the deck. Return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. If that creature is a mutant, return another creature from your discard pile to your hand. I like this card though. Rapid Evolution. Amber whenever you play it, enhance with a damage pip. Choose a creature, give it a +1 power counter for each Amber you have. You can turn a creature very big very quickly. There's our Niffle Ape. 3-power creature. While Niffle Ape is attacking, ignore Taunt and Elusive. See, nope, that's the only one. That's going to be a very ineffective Troop Call so far. Keyfrog, 2-power creature, destroyed, forge a key at current cost. Nice key cheat. No damage enhancements though. Fandangle, 3-power creature. While you have 4 Amber or more, your non-untamed creatures enter play ready. It's a very nice card and definitely deserving of the title of a witch. Dark Fairy, 2-power creature with Skirmish. Fight, gain 2 Amber. Moving on to Saurians, Amphora Captura, one of the best artifacts in the game in this set. It enhances 2 bonus Amber icons, damage icons, and draw icons into the deck. After resolving a bonus icon, you may choose to resolve it as a capture bonus icon instead. It's a very useful effect in some decks. We'll see how it works in this one. Siren Horn. It's an upgrade. Amber whenever you play it. This creature gains before fight. Move 1 Amber from this creature to the creature it fights. Humble. Amber whenever you play it. Enhance with the damage pip. Exhaust a creature. If you do, move 3 Amber from that creature to the common supply. It's a useful way to move amber off your own creature when it's been piling up for a while, or if you pile on a bunch of amber in one turn. Alternatively, it's good to disrupt an opponent's creature, just in general. But unfortunately, you don't get to get the amber back from the opponent. Ancient Power, amber whenever you play it, enhanced with a draw icon. Ward each friendly creature with amber on it. It's a very nice card to see with the Saurian kit. Spoils the Battle, amber whenever you play it. A friendly creature captures 1 amber. Each creature with amber on it captures 1 amber from its opponent. So that second line definitely helps your opponent's capture as well if they already have creatures with amber on it. So be careful of that. Sagittarius's Gaze, amber whenever you play it. It enhances a damage icon. Play Exalt a damaged creature. We have 2 of those. Galeotops, 12 power creature. Galeotops only deals 4 damage when fighting. It's nice to have a big body on the board. We don't have anything with taunt as of this point, but we'll see what the rest of the deck shows. Faust the Great, 4 power creature. Your opponent's keys cost +1 for each friendly creature with amber on it. Play, you may exalt a friendly creature. It's a great amber control card, or key cost control. And we have 2 of him, very nice. Citizen Strix, 3 power creature. Play Reap, exalt Citizen Strix, steal 1 amber. Chant of Hubris, an amber whenever you play it, and enhance with a bonus amber icon. Move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. Very nice. And we're moving on to Logos. We have Odd Clawed, 5 power creature. He has an action. If your opponent has an odd amount of amber, steal 1 amber. Very nice. Titan Engineer, 6 power creature. While Titan Engineer is not on a flank, keys cost +1 amber. Standardized Testing. I believe that's enhanced with an amber pip. Destroy each creature with the lowest power and each creature with the highest power. And we have 2 of those, second one not enhanced. Quixel the Adventurer, 3 power creature with skirmish. Fight, draw a card. Munchling, 3 power creature, again with skirmish. Fight, you may discard a Logos card from your hand or archives. If you do, gain an amber. Effervescent Principle, it's an action. Each player loses half their amber, rounding down the loss. Gain 1 chain. A second Effervescent Principle, enhanced with the damage pip. Eclectic Inquiry, amber whenever you play it. Archive the top 2 cards of your deck. Diametric Charge, amber whenever you play it. Deal 1 damage to a creature with 2 damage splash. Second one of those, and the second one is enhanced with the damage icon. Very nice. And the last card of the deck is Daughter, enhanced with a draw icon. It's a 2 power creature with elusive, and during your draw card step, refill your hand to 1 additional card. We'll move on and we'll organize this to see what this deck really has. Alright, starting with Amber Generation. We have 4 pieces of amber in Untamed, 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces in Saurians, and 4 pieces in Logos. That's 16 amber pips, including the enhancements from some of the cards in the deck. We have a few other cards in each house that also help to generate, whether it is through amber control or just straight up generation. So Song of the Wild increases the amount of amber generated off reaping for each untamed creature, at least, since I don't see a way to utilize it from a different house in this deck. We have the Dark Fairy, which when it fights will gain you 2 amber. And we have Commune, which while at the cost of losing your all your amber will generate 4. So that one's hard to look into in terms of how frequently you'll be able to hit it off with starting with 0 amber. maybe you'll still do it with having 2 amber because you'll end up with more, right? So those are 3 additional cards. We have Citizen Strix that steals 1, and Odd Clawed that steals 1, and Munchling that generates 1 when you discard a Logos card during a fight. So from the base 16 amount, we can estimate 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, another 6 to 7 amber at least. So 22, 23 in terms of amber generation. We'll estimate about there, at least just with 1 playthrough with all the cards. Now we'll move on to amber control. Alright, just to make another note for the amber generation, I did miss the specific details of certain cards and their effects in terms of generating amber for the cards that had the pips on them. So Sagittarius Gaze being one good example where you will exalt an enemy creature or try to, so that can help you generate some amber as well, even on top of the base pip that's already on it. But moving on to amber generation, we have in Untamed only a bit of protection in the form of Keyfrog, where you can try to forge before your opponent can steal the amber. But most of the control is going to be in Saurians and a bit in Logos. So within Saurians, we have Spoils of Battle, Citizen Strix, Double Faust, the Amphora Captura as amber control, and a bit of protection in Siren Horn, Humble, and Chant Fubris. In Logos, we have Odd Clawed, Titan Engineer, and the 2 Effervescent Principles. So we're definitely hitting about the double-digit range for amber control, and it's hard to evaluate in terms of how much Amphora Captura can do, as each pip, including all the amber that we just discussed, all 16 of them can be used towards capturing amber instead of generating amber. So the control can fluctuate, and at the base I'll rate it as a 10, but it can go higher than that for sure. Next we'll go on to creature control. Alright, looking at the creature control, it is pretty limited across several of the houses that you would typically anticipate a bit more creature control in. So with Untamed, we have the Quicksand as an action that can destroy the most powerful creature on any side that doesn't have a ready Untamed creature on their side. Rapid Evolution is only in there for the damage pip. And below in the second row we have Niflgrounds, Dark Fairy, Niffle-Ape, and Bumblebird as cards that are supporting the creature and control aspect by strengthening, by taking away taunt, elusive, things like that, and just being a skirmish fighter. All in all, fairly weak in terms of creature control in the Untamed kit. In Saurians, again, very weak. The main fighter is Galeotops. Most of the other creatures aren't going to be used for fighting. You would prefer to keep them on the board for their passive effects or to reap with. The Humble card is there for, again, the damage pip. So the most surprising part of about this deck is how much creature control exists in the Logos house. We're looking at the damage pip on one of the Effervescent Principles. We're looking at 2 copies of Standardized Testing. We're looking at 2 copies of Diametric Charge. Those are definitely counting towards creature control. And we have 2 Skirmish Fighters, Quixo and Munchling. We have 2 larger creatures in Odd Clawed and Titan Engineer. So from the looks of it, the main board is going to actually be Logos. And if it can run away with it, then that would be pretty good. The Saurians will be a little lackluster, but will try to stay on the board, especially with that Ancient Power and managing with the Amber on top of it. Untamed is probably not going to stick, though there are a few targets that will try to hopefully hide. Well, there isn't really anybody with taunt, so there's creatures that will be that'll need to be answered in Untamed, but otherwise not much creature control at all. So in terms of a rating, looking at 8 cards that directly impact it with varying degrees of strength. So overall, let's give it the rate into double digits, about a 10 to 12. Let's be conservative and say 10. I don't believe I've seen any artifact control in this deck as well, so that's kind of missing. And the next topic we'll look at is the speed. In terms of speed, it's also pretty limited. In Untamed, we have 2 cards that will probably count to it. The Troop Call, one part being the draw pip, the other being the nature of bringing your Niflate back. Unfortunately, there is only one, so the overall effect is pretty weak. Resurgence, which also does the same thing in terms of bringing creatures back. At least you can potentially bring 2 creatures back if you have a mutant to target. Potentially in the same house, and potentially to set up for your next hand. In Saurians, we have Ancient Power with a draw icon, so it's primarily the draw icon that's going to help with the speed more than anything else. In Logos, we have Quixel for drawing, we have Eclectic Inquiry for archiving, and Daughter to increase draw as well. Munchling, in terms of speed, will be a questionable contributor, as it's just meant to help you discard things. And unfortunately, it's discarding Logos cards specifically in order to gain anything out of it. So without being able to house cheat, that effect is a little more limited in terms of benefiting the speed overall. So overall, I'm not going to count it. Counting those pips as 1 each, so that's 2, 3, 4, roughly 5 net positive, 5 speed. Obviously there's going to be chains in here with the effervescent principles, so it'll be somewhat limited there. But let's just go with the 5 as an estimate. It's not terrible, and with Logos trying to be the main board, it can potentially fire off that way. In terms of final thoughts on the deck, overall it gave me sort of mixed impressions. It's definitely not the strongest deck by any means, but there's a lot of things that could potentially fire off well and jive well in this deck. The type of creature control and being isolated to one house is pretty limiting, so I'm hard pressed to think that this will play to a high level given the current meta. So I want to say about a 67 as my rating for the SAS value. Again, I'm not looking too much into the exact representations. This is more of a gut feeling based off of looking at the cards and feeling how well this deck can perform. That's about where it sits for me. Well, that just about wraps up this deck. As usual, I'll post the deck page on the end of this video, just so we can see how our rating stacked up to the site. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the content. Again, thank you for coming by to watch these videos, and thank you all for the feedback that you've provided. I'm glad to be supporting the Keyforge community and providing some sort of entertainment, hopefully. Again, if there's any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, be kind and happy forging.